Stop for a moment and picture this. The sands of Egypt, endless and silent, holding on to secrets for over 4,000 years. And just when we think we've mapped every tomb, scanned every pyramid, and catalogued every artifact, Egypt whispers back. And those whispers, they're turning into discoveries that shake everything we thought we knew. In this journey, we'll dive into the newest find, from a hidden corridor inside the Great Pyramid itself to a tomb that once held a vanished pharaoh, to a city in the Nile Delta that shouldn't even exist. Ancient Egypt is still revealing secrets, and at the very end of this video, I'll show you a surprising new discovery from 2025 that changes everything we thought we knew. Each mystery is real, each discovery is fresh, and together they're rewriting history while raising questions we can't yet answer. So buckle in, because we're not just telling stories of the past, we're stepping into mysteries still unfolding beneath the sand of Egypt. We begin with the most famous monument of all, the Great Pyramid of Giza. For centuries, it's been called one of the wonders of the ancient world. But here's the twist. In 2025, researchers confirmed something no one had ever seen before: a hidden 9-meter corridor above the original entrance, perfectly constructed, straight, narrow, and completely sealed off. What was it for? Some say it is nothing more than an engineering trick, a passage to relieve pressure on the pyramid entrance. But others wonder, is this just the first clue? Could it once have connected to chambers still undiscovered? If the builders of Khufu's pyramid left us one hidden hallway, how many more are still locked away inside? The Great Pyramid is like a riddle written in stone. And this corridor is the first new word added to that riddle in centuries. And the mystery doesn't stop there. Just meters away, in the Western Cemetery near the pyramid, ground scans revealed something extraordinary. An L-shaped anomaly buried beneath the sand. Shallow, rectangular, and unmistakably artificial. And below it, a deeper void like an underground pocket of space. Was it a tomb, a hidden passage, or something more? The scans give us outlines but no answers, which means the sands of Giza are sitting on a secret right next to the pyramid itself. A secret that might connect the world's most famous monument to forgotten chapters of its story. Subscribe now, bound, because history is still being written. Now let's move south to Luxor, where the Valley of the Kings has always been a graveyard of secrets. There, archaeologists finally identified the tomb of Thutmose II, the husband of Hatshepsut and father of Thutmose III, a pharaoh's burial hidden in the cliffs. But when they opened it, disaster. Floodwaters had poured in centuries ago, filling the chamber with mud. The decorations were damaged, the burial disturbed, and the pharaoh's body gone. Priests likely rescued it in a desperate act, moving it elsewhere to a tomb or cache that has never been found. So Thutmose II, the king of Egypt, is missing. Somewhere out there, buried in the sands or concealed in a forgotten chamber, his body still waits. Imagine if one day it's uncovered, not robbed, not disturbed, but preserved as the day it was moved. Could that be the next Tutankhamun moment of our time? But the Valley of the Kings isn't the only place where pharaohs are restless. At Abydos, the sacred city of Osiris, a tomb emerged from the desert, unmistakably royal in style, yet with one critical thing missing: the king's name. The cartouche, the sacred oval that should immortalize the pharaoh's identity, was never carved, or perhaps deliberately erased. Was he a forgotten ruler from a chaotic time, a pharaoh erased from memory, or a king whose reign was too short to record? For now, the Abydos tomb gives us a silhouette of power without a name. A pharaoh who lived, died, and was buried in royal style, and yet vanished from history like a ghost. While tombs speak of death and memory, the Nile Delta tells us of life. At Tel al-Faraun, archaeologists uncovered the ruins of a city called Imet, and what they found was startling. Mud brick houses that didn't just line the streets, they rose above them, multi-story structures, tower-like homes before skyscrapers were even imaginable. Beside them, the remains of a temple dedicated to the cobra goddess Wajet, complete with amulets, figurines, and ritual instruments. This wasn't a dusty Egyptian village, it was a vibrant hub of religion, trade, and daily life. The Delta, often ignored in the shadow of Thebes or Memphis, suddenly steps into the spotlight as a center of power. And the mystery lingers. Who lived in these tall houses? Priests, scribes, administrators, or perhaps families tied to the cult of Wajet herself? And then there's Saqqara, south of Cairo, near the pyramid of Giza. There, a shaft revealed the burial of Prince If-Re. Among the finds, a limestone false door, stela, the spiritual gateway through which the soul could pass to receive offerings from the living. It's a powerful reminder that immortality in Egypt wasn't reserved only for kings. Princes too claimed their place in eternity. But who was If-Re? Was he central to royal politics, or a forgotten figure sidelined by more powerful relatives? His tomb gives us part of the answer, but keeps the rest hidden in silence. So what do these discoveries mean when we put them together? The corridor inside the Great Pyramid proves Giza's mysteries are far from over. The Western Cemetery anomaly suggests new tombs or chambers still lie beneath the sand. Thutmose II's missing body whispers of a lost royal cache waiting to be found. The Abydos tomb shows us that even pharaohs can vanish into anonymity. The city of Imet reveals the Delta as a vibrant heart of Egypt. And Saqqara's prince reminds us that history isn't only about kings, but also about the families and rituals that made eternity possible. Each discovery is a puzzle piece. Alone, they're intriguing. Together, they hint at a civilization that still hasn't told us its full story. And here's the bigger mystery. If Egypt can still surprise us today after centuries of excavation, what else is waiting beneath the sands? Another corridor, another lost city, another golden tomb? And remember how I said at the beginning there was a surprise waiting at the end? Here it is. Not a hidden tomb, not a corridor, but something even more unexpected. DNA from a man who lived more than 400-500 years ago. And then, just when it seemed the sands had given up their last secret, science unearthed something no tomb robber, no ancient chronicler could ever reveal: DNA. In 2025, researchers sequenced the full genome of a man who lived more than 400-500 years ago. His body was found in Nuwayrat, 265 kilometers south of Cairo, buried in an enormous ceramic jar tucked inside a rock-cut tomb. He wasn't a pharaoh, nor a high priest, yet his resting place was one of honor. What they discovered in his bones was startling. He had lived into his 60s, a rare age in the Old Kingdom, and his skeleton showed the wear of hard physical labor. Joints stiffened, bones thickened, muscles once powerful. But his DNA told a deeper story. 80% of his ancestry was local, rooted in North Africa. The other 20% traced back to the Fertile Crescent, the cradle of Mesopotamian civilization. A man whose very bloodline was a bridge between Egypt and the wider ancient world. It is a revelation that transforms how we imagine daily life. Egypt was not an island, it was a crossroad. People, ideas, and bloodlines flowed in and out, shaping the civilization we still marvel at today. And if the genome of a single man can redraw the map of ancient connections, what else waits in the bones still buried under the sands? The sands of Egypt aren't silent. They are speaking. And if we listen closely, the next great discovery may already be calling to us from the depths of history.